Students, welcome. Today we will study another very important topic, subgroups. A non-empty subset H of group G under binary operation star is said to be a subgroup of G if H with binary operation star is itself a group. G is a group and a subset of G, that is H, is said to be subgroup of G if H under binary operation is itself a group, that is all the axioms of group are satisfied in H also. Here we have taken same binary operation as in group G, same binary operation is taken in subset H. There are at least two subgroups of each group G. One is a set containing identity element, that is set of identity element, and G itself. These are two subgroups of any group G under binary operation star. These two subgroups are called trivial or improper subgroups. If H is a subgroup of G such that H is not equal to set only containing identity element and H is not equal to G, then H is called a non-trivial or proper subgroup of G. For example, R under addition, set of R, set of real numbers under addition is a group, and also set of rational numbers under addition is the group, that is set of rational number is also a group under addition. And also Q, set of rational number is subset of R. This means Q under addition, that is set Q, set of rational numbers under addition, is a subgroup of set of real numbers under addition. Similarly, set of positive rational numbers under binary operation multiplication is a group, and set of positive rational numbers is a subset of real numbers, and real set of real numbers under multiplication is a group. But Q positive, set of positive rational numbers under multiplication is not a subgroup of set of real numbers under addition, because in this case Q positive is subset of R, but binary operation on both the subgroups are groups are different. In this case we have binary operation multiplication, and in this group binary operation is addition. Therefore, Q positive with binary operation dot is not a subgroup of R with binary operation addition. Let G is a group, G is a non-empty subset containing elements 1 minus 1 iota minus iota, and H is its subset containing elements 1 and minus 1, where iota square is equal to minus 1. G is a group under usual multiplication of complex numbers. We have already studied in this example, this question in chapter group. G is a group under ordinary multiplication of complex numbers, and H clearly H contains elements 1 and minus 1 is a subset of G, and also H is itself a group under multiplication. Therefore, H is a subgroup of G. Now see that if G is a subgroup of G and K is subgroup of H, H is a subgroup of G and K is a subgroup of H, then K is also a subgroup of G. If H and K are subgroups of G and G, both are subgroup of G, and H is a subset of K, then H is a subgroup of K also. Then H is a subgroup of K also. If H is a subgroup of G, then we write it as H less than, we use symbol less than equal to, or H less than G. If H is a proper subgroup of G, then we denote it as H less than G. We use symbol less than for proper subgroup of G. For example, we have set of all integers under the operation addition. We have to show set of Z, the set of integers under the operation addition is a subgroup of set of rational numbers under the same binary operation addition, because binary operation is same in both groups, and because Z, set of integers, is a subset of rational numbers and Z is not equal to 5. This means also Z under binary operation plus, that is addition, is a group. We have already studied in previous chapter. Set of integers is a group under binary operation addition, and Z is a subset of Q. This means under same binary operation plus, Z is a subgroup of Q. Now we take another example. Show that set NZ, that is the set of multiples of n multiples of integers, that is minus 3n, minus 2n, minus 1 and 0, n, 2 and 3n. These are the elements of this set NZ, are all integral multiples of n. This is a subgroup of Z of all integers under the binary operation addition. Because Z is the set of integers under binary operation addition is a group. Now NZ, the set NZ contains all the elements of type Nm, where m is an integer. Because n and m are integers, this means Nm product also is an integer. Because Nz belongs to Nm, because Nm belongs to Nz, this means this element also belongs to Z. N and m are integers and their product is also an integer. This means Nm belongs to Z, and elements in the Nz are of the type n into m. This means Nz is a subset of Z. Because Nz forms a group under addition, let us take two elements of Nz. Suppose first element x is equal to n m1 and y is equal to n m2, be two elements of Nz where m1 and m2 are integers. Then their difference x minus y will be equal to n m1 minus n m2 will be equal to n m1 minus m2. Because m1 and m2 are integers, then their difference will be an integer, and product of n into m1 minus m2 will be an integer. This means n into m1 minus m2 belongs to Nz. That is, closure property holds in the set Nz. Because Nz is a set of integers and binary operation is addition, therefore associative law holds good in nz and also in z, because nz is a subset of z. 0 acts as a binary, acts as a identity element, because 0 is equal to n into 0 for all n, all elements of nz, that is n0 also belongs to nz, and x plus 0 is equal to x is equal to 0 plus x. 0 is the identity element of nz. Now for any element x nm, we have y is equal to n minus m, because minus m is also an integer and n into minus m belongs to nz. Now x plus y will be equal to nm plus n into minus m will be equal to nm minus nm is equal to 0. Similarly, y plus x also equal to 0. This means for an element x there exists y, so that x plus y is equal to 0 identity element of nz. This means y is an inverse of x, y is the inverse of x in the set nz. This means inverse of every element exists in nz, therefore nz forms a group under addition. Also z is a group under addition, therefore nz is a subgroup of z under given binary operation addition. Now we study some properties of subgroups. First one is identity element of a subgroup is same as the identity element of the group. Suppose H be a subgroup of G, and suppose that E and E dash be the identity elements of G and H. Let us suppose that identity elements of subgroup and group are different. We are going to prove that identity element of subgroup and group is same. If possible, let us take E and E dash be two different identity elements of G and H respectively. For some element of H, A in A E dash is equal to A, because A E dash is the identity element of H, therefore A into E dash is equal to A. Because A belongs to H and H is subset of G, this means A also belongs to G, and identity element of G is E, therefore AE will be equal to A. AE will be equal to A. In these two equations, right hand side is equal, therefore AE will be equal to AE dash. By using left cancellation law, A will be cancelled out and E will be equal to E dash. Therefore identity element of group and that of subgroup is same. Now second property is the inverse of any element of subgroup is same as that of as the inverse of element regarded as the element of the group. Let E be the identity element of G and H. We have studied in the first property that identity element of both subgroup and given group are same. Let E be the identity element of G and H, and for any element A of H, because H is a subgroup of subset of G, that means if any element A belongs to H, this also belongs to G. Suppose B be the inverse of A in H and C be the inverse of A in G, this means BA will be equal to E, because E is the identity element, and similarly AE will be CA will be equal to E, because E is the also identity element of G. B is inverse of A in H and C is inverse of A in G. Therefore B is equal to E and C is equal to E. Right hand sides are equal, therefore B is equal to CA. By right cancellation law, B is equal to C. This means inverse of an element of subgroup is same as the inverse of same element in group G. Third property is order of any element in a subgroup is same as the order of element regarded as the element of group G. Let E be the identity element of G and H, where H is subgroup of G. For element A in H, suppose we have an element A in H such that order of A is equal to n. This means A raised to power n will be equal to E, and A raised to power m will be not equal to E for all m less than n. A belongs to H, this means A also belongs to G because H is a subset of G, and so that A raised to power n is equal to E because E belongs to G, therefore order of A is equal to n in G. Because A is also an element of G, therefore A raised to power n is equal to E in G also. Therefore order of A is equal to n in G also. Therefore order of A, which is an element of H, will be same, order of A will be same in H and G both. Next property is subgroup of an abelian group is abelian. Suppose H be a subgroup of abelian group G, therefore H is a subset of G clearly from the definition of subgroup, and A be two elements of H, because H is a subset of G, therefore A B also belongs to G. Because G is abelian, therefore A B will be equal to B A. Because A B also belongs to H, therefore for all A B elements of H, A B is equal to P A, because in G this property holds good, A B is equal to B A. Therefore H is also an abelian subgroup of G. Converse of this result may not be true, that is subgroup of may be abelian even if G is not abelian. Now we establish a criteria for a subset to be a subgroup of G, subgroup of a group G. A non-empty subset H of group G is said to be a subgroup of G if and only if AB belongs to H for all AB elements of H. A inverse belongs to H for all A elements of H. These are two criteria for a subset to be a subgroup of a given group of G. Suppose that non-empty subset H of G is its subgroup. Let us suppose that non-empty subset H of a group G is subgroup, because we have supposed that H be a subgroup. This means H itself forms a group. If H itself forms a group, then for any two elements, all elements AB of H, AB closure property holds in H because H is a subgroup, therefore AB belongs to H. Also for all A elements of H, A inverse also belongs to H because H is a subgroup, therefore both the conditions hold good in H by the definition of a group. Now let us suppose that H is a non-empty subset of G such that condition first and second holds, then we prove that H is subgroup of G. Let ABC three elements of H, because H is subgroup of subset of G, this means ABC also belongs to G. For any two elements AB of H, also AB belongs to G, that implies AB belongs to G, because closure property holds good in G, because G is a group. It means for all elements of elements A and B of H, AB also belongs to H. Closure property holds good in H. Associative law, AB into C is equal to A into B into C, because G is a group, therefore associative law holds good in G. Also these are the elements of H, therefore associative law holds good in H. Because H is a non-empty subset of G, so there is an element H such that if H inverse A inverse belongs to H, A inverse belongs to H, this means A and A inverse also belongs to H, because from the first part we have proved that for two elements of H, AB also belongs to H. This means if we have A and A inverse elements of H, this means A inverse belongs to H. A inverse is equal to E, that implies E belongs to H. That is identity element exists in H, therefore H itself a group. This means H is a subgroup of G. The above two conditions can be combined to a single condition if for all AB elements of H, if AB inverse belongs to H, then we can say that H is a group. Now second lemma, a non-empty subset H of G is a subgroup if and only if AB inverse belongs to H for all AB elements of H. H is a non-empty subset of G. Suppose that this non-empty subset H of G is its subgroup. Because H is a subgroup of G, this means H itself forms a group. Therefore, for all B elements of H, B inverse also exists in H, and for all AB, A belongs to H, B inverse belongs to H, then from closure property AB inverse also belongs to H. Now suppose H is a non-empty subset of G such that this condition holds for AB inverse belongs to H for all AB elements of H. Now we prove that H is a subgroup of G, because all the elements of H are also belongs in G, and G is a group, and therefore elements of H show associative law. Further, if A belongs to H and A also belongs to G, therefore A inverse exists. This means for all A elements of H, A inverse also belongs to H. This means E belongs to H, because from this condition, if A inverse belongs to H, then A inverse from closure property A inverse belongs to H, but A inverse is equal to identity element E, therefore E belongs to H. That is, identity element exists in H. Now E identity element and A belongs to H, then we can also write it as E into A inverse belongs to H, that is A inverse belongs to H. Inverse of the each element exists in H. inverse belongs to H. For all AB elements of H, A belongs to H, B inverse also belongs to H. It means A into B inverse of B inverse belongs to H, that is AB belongs to H. Closure property holds good in H. Therefore, H is a subgroup. H is a group itself under the operation of G. Hence, H is a subgraph. These are some properties of a subgroup. Next, we study some another properties of subgroup and elements of subgroup H, and also study criteria for a finite subset to be a subgroup of a group. These topics we will discuss in the next lecture. So thank you, students.